Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Certified Savage Weed and Wrestling. I am your host, the Ganja King Timothy the Cannabis Bell, and the session is back. You see Brad and James, they need no introduction. As you can see, James got on the corny t-shirt. So I have to ask, did you go shopping? Or that's just something you had laying around?
This is something. That's what I grabbed out of the dresser today.
Hey, so that's how we met, y'all. We was in Jim Cornette's fan group, I guess it's called. I don't know.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
And I put out some feelers, and yeah, and here we go.
We are.
Yep. So we had two big shows, really big shows, ladies and gentlemen, really big shows. In order to show that AAA, one of the greatest lucha promotions in the world, don't matter, they did a YouTube exclusive featuring AAA megastars and their NXT development brand. Did I get that right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was a hell of a show. I'm not gonna lie. That was a lot better than I thought. Well, yeah, there were
half of it was good.
parts that mattered were good.
So
not that nothing didn't matter.
I like full disclosure, right? And I don't really like to edit certain shit out. So today, while a friend of mine was venting, he was venting, ladies and gentlemen, about the TKO and several WWE things that he don't like. James was clicking in, testing his equipment. What's the funniest shit ever?
Man, if I didn't know they were talking about that shit, I'd have jumped in on that. Because there's some things I think they're right.
So he says he feels he's a young fella. He's younger than us. He a little younger than you, Brad. He said he don't like that shit. He don't like the TKO, and he don't like how they monetizing the WWE. It's too much advertising, basically.
Too many.
I feel like if you like this AAA versus if you like the Worlds Collide, right? Then you love AEW because this was an AEW special. And for those of you who are about to try to rebut me, AEW features multi-man lucha style matches every week.
Around all nimbly from tree to tree.
And they go in, they do it lucha style. Lucha style is no tags. Once you out the ring, another guy can get in and go. Yeah. So if you like this shit, how can you tell me, let me sit the 10 pounds of gold down, shit this got real. How can you tell me you don't like AEW if you like that shit? Now, me personally, I can point out to the Chad Gable Vikingo match. Yeah, I like that. That shit was alright because that was Chad Gable making that a match. Vikingo actually didn't do that much flippity shit. He actually wrestled. So again, outside of that, if you liked this show, you're in love with AEW. Because this was a hey, we can do a Tony Khan show too. That's what this was.
Oh yeah, this was a big middle finger. A big middle finger to Tony Khan. I think that was their way of saying, okay, well, you got Ring of Honor, you got IWGP, we got AAA. Look what we can do. Now I have a question for you. Is Conan part of the booking crew and stuff for AAA?
For those of you who seen me shaking my head because I was lighting this joint out pre-roll, Conan started AAA.
That's what I thought. I thought he was the one that started it.
Conan started AAA, then Pena came in with the money, and boom, they built the biggest lucha promotion ever. In '94, they did the original Worlds Collide. Conan was the main eventer at that show 31 years ago yesterday. And I'm pretty sure he maintains some form of ownership for just this occasion.
Well, I was gonna say, I'm sure he got a hefty chunk from TKO, for AAA. So good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, but I was telling Brad earlier, Conan, if I'm not mistaken, he was part of the original Click, not like the on TV Click, the behind the scenes wrestlers that were, part of that Click.
I have to stop you right there. That's why I got loud in the mic. I have to stop.
All right.
The original Click was Sean Walk, Paul Triple H Levesque, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash. They did kind of like a few other guys, but it was no. They didn't like Conan. Conan got on with them in WCW. In WWE, he wore that weird bra mask. It's like somebody cut out a female bra and put it on his face. Yeah, they weren't fucking with that. He was still the Mexican World Heavyweight Champion then, though.
I thought he was buddies with X-Pac, Sean Waltman, and Kevin Nash, like behind the scenes. I thought he was like, buddies.
Yeah,
with...
in '96.
Okay, so not part of the original then.
Now, the original Clique
He's like
had to be 91. You know what I mean? Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Sean Waltman.
late 80s, early 90s Click with Razor Ramon, Scott Hall.
Yeah, Razor. Yeah, that's the original. And maybe Billy Gunn and Road Dogg later on. You know what I mean?
Conan would have been around the same time as Rick Rude.
Yeah. Because you got to think, Conan left WWE. I'm going to call it what it was. It was WWF at the time. He left there. He didn't like how it was going. And then he went back to Mexico again, AAA, doing their thing. And WCW let him take that dumbass mask off and let him be kind of a West Coast version of himself.
Okay. See, I really liked him in WCW. He was more himself in that than anything. And I liked him in, for a very brief stint that he was in ECW too.
Okay. I thought about this yesterday when I was watching the show, right? Certain guys find their gimmick and they keep that gimmick forever. Jay Uso has to keep a pair of those fucking Yeet glasses in his pocket for the rest of his life. He can never do anything else.
No.
He can't do much right now.
Just saying.
State your case, man. State your case, gangster. What you got to say?
Other than his entrance music, what's his shtick? Because his wrestling kind of has went down a little bit. It's that 4 letters, 1 word. That's all he's got.
No, you gotta do it better than that. It's 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
Yeet. You don't forget the
Oh, my bad. Yeet.
Gotta have throw fucking.
Yeah, that's his own little shit. Well, Yeet ain't his because they settled that trademark with an indie wrestler. But yeah, Jay Uso, that's your thing now. You know what I'm saying? That's your red and black paint.
That's all. Like I said, even in the match last night, he didn't look as good as he was even 6 months ago.
He's a Timu Rock. The whole spitting on the hand, giving you open hand slap and all that.
Y'all let Rock get away with that shit, but now y'all want to be mad at Jay. Y'all let Rock get away with that same shit.
I was a Stone Cold fan. Stomp a mud hole and walk it dry. It didn't matter if it looked like shit or not.
Okay, but it looked like shit. Let me tell you. He don't get a pass either on this show, buddy. That mud hole, that shit looked like shit. Go back and watch it.
Oh, it did. I ain't gonna lie. It looked like ass. It looked like he was stomping a mud puddle.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to hurt nobody. You know what I mean? Okay. So that's it for World Collide. Oh no, I covered this on one show. I gotta cover this again.
That fatal 4-way. Ray Phoenix, Laredo.
Okay. At least you skipped over Iguana Man.
Dude, fuck that shit.
Fuck
That shit
no.
was weird as shit.
That goddamn Kenny Omega knockoff bullshit. The fucking stuffed iguana was making moves. He flipped a motherfucker. Fuck that shit. Nah, I ain't buying it.
Hey
No,
man, Iguana Man got over last night.
He did.
dude, he's
Yeah,
a fucking.
what he did.
Again, that's a knockoff fucking Santino Morella and the fucking Cobra.
Actually, hold it.
That's no worse than Sacco.
Actually, we gotta say who did it first. I think Iguana Man was before Santino.
Sacco was the first.
I think he stole it from a Mexican wrestler too. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I think Iguana Man was first.
It made no sense. For a second, I thought
you got to think for those who wondering why I say that. Lucha gimmicks are passed down. You can actually earn a lucha gimmick from a lucha star. They can see something in you and they can say, yes, you can carry on this mantle. Rey Mysterio Jr. uncle is the original Rey Mysterio. It happens all the time. So I wonder if Iguana Man kind of got his shit from some other Mexican superstar.
It's possible.
Triple A been around for a very, very.
And they do some weird stuff too. So
Triple A is the brand in Lucha Libre, and the WWE last night minimized that to a development brand.
they did, but I hope that they leave it alone and let Conan kind of run with it, and maybe just
that's not. They already done ran Alberto Del Rio on, so they're not going to be hands off.
But what if it's like Sean Waltman and Conan running AAA, kind of like Shawn Michaels and Booker T run NXT?
No, man. Look, Booker T and Shawn Michaels, they run NXT to a certain degree. It's checks and balances.
Yeah, they're on the creative. That's what I mean by running it. They're the creative team for NXT.
Yeah, but even that has to pass through Paul Levesque. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you say let Conan and it don't matter who they put at the head of creative, it's still gonna have to go through the eyes of Paul Levesque. But you do need someone that knows Lucha Libre, because Lucha Libre is different from our wrestling.
Completely different.
Yeah.
As you got to see last night, it is a spot fest for those who like spot fest. I don't really like hardcore wrestling. I think that Lucha Libre, when you have very few of them, because they can stand out, when you have the whole company doing Lucha Libre, then wrestling stands out. So I don't know. But I do know for a guy like Rey Mysterio, who they rolled out as their Lucha Libre mascot, it's a million of you now. And they already started to book you in oblivion. So, yeah, it's a bit fuck you to you, because they coming, because I like you personally, but yeah, they about to fuck you over.
Yeah, I hope that they don't ruin it too much. I know they got their hands in TNA now. Having Trick Williams, their champ.
See, since you said that, now I get to go off on another rant. Hey,
Go.
Ross, how you doing, man? Fuck you for choosing to take a company that was second to WWE for many years. Guys like Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Sting. It was a multitude of people. Frankie Kazarian. They put that company on their back, and they turned it into a phenomenal company and a phenomenon. And you came along and you decided that for 5 years worth of crumbs, you would allow that work to go from what it was to a development brand. The WWE brings you in and they quickly put you in NXT because they show you that they tell you when you are a star. Joe Henry was hot as fish grease. They killed him in 5 minutes against Randy Orton. The then TNA World Champion can't go 10 minutes with your legend. Nah, fuck you. He going 5. You gonna eat this shit and like it. Yeah, so if you're thinking about working with the WWE, just know you're not on their level. You never will be unless they can bring you in, get you over, and piss in your mouth while you're down there. That's how they like to do.
They put their
So
thumb
there you go.
under their thumb.
Mm.
Like with that LFG stuff, you know. I mean, that's
Oh yeah. See, look. Now I told the WWE building their own territories. They building step level.
well, yeah, exactly. They're rebuilding the territories, but they're rebuilding them under their brand.
Yeah. So now, if they don't want you,
When you own everything, I mean, it makes no sense because
it do when you quietly get to build a monopoly. It makes a lot of sense.
I feel like you're going to have somebody that's going to start out here, you know, and then they're going to end up, you know, here, you know, like
No.
I feel like
Let me ask you this: you had CMLL, you had New Japan, you had AEW, you had
Ring of Honor.
No, I don't count them. They were AEW.
Okay.
You had AAA at the time.
New
You
Japan.
had enough. You had All Japan. You have enough wrestling companies, even GCW. You had enough to where you were starting to rebuild the territories, MLW. And what did WWE say? Okay, Tony Khan getting too friendly with Lucha Libre. We want to do that. They snatch a Lucha Libre company. Tony Khan originally started working with TNA. They didn't like that, what they do. They gave them a 5-year deal, snatched them over here. So you can't really say we're a monopoly, but they're a monopoly.
Just
And
TNA.
they're a monopoly that like to let you know that you're lesser than them.
Just TNA operate out of Canada.
Yes.
Okay, so then that's the Canada territory that we got our fingers in.
And Detroit, because it's right there, you know what I mean? Everywhere you really don't want to go, you can send TNA, and they tickets are reasonable. The WWE tickets aren't reasonable. You know, you're going to see some WWE superstars. The WWE is making money. So if you can jump on that train, you're going to make money.
That's true. Yeah, but there is an awful lot of advertisement, over excessive advertising, I think, going on during the.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Holy crap! I don't know how many times
I wanted opinions on this before it slipped my mind. I smoke a lot of pot. And since the development of this podcast, I smoke a lot of pot. Roman Reigns, y'all, they don't want to pay Roman.
Yeah.
If you're Tony Khan, Tony, I'm gonna tag you in this. This one I'm gonna tag you in. I ain't gonna tag you in the other. I'm gonna tag you in this one though. Sign Zilla Fatu and steal Roman Reigns, and all you gotta do is find your third guy, man. They hand you Hulk Hogan in his prime in Roman Reigns. The next superstar who's gonna be a superstar is Zilla Fatu. Just find your third guy, man. Matter of fact, use the Gates of Agony as your tag team and just take over the fucking world. That's your NWO.
I don't see Roman leaving the WWE umbrella.
If they cut your $15 million and Tony Khan says, fuck that. I got $100 million. He's gonna leave. He's gonna get the fuck on. Ambrose or whatever his name is, Moxley's gonna be in his ear. It's great over here. We get to do what we want. You can bring whoever you want.
I don't see it happening.
Shit. If they cut Roman Reigns, he won't go to Hollywood. He will go to AEW.
I think he has too good a ties to old Rocky, and The Rock and.
Man, Rock gonna tell that man to get that $100 million. You think Rock turned down money? We talking about Dwayne Johnson. The only thing Dwayne is turning down is siblings. Fuck we talking about?
It's true. It's true.
Hey, Dwayne. What up, Joe? Man, Tony Khan just offered me 5 years.
Between Rome.
A 5-year, $100 million contract to go to AEW. Take that motherfucker, man. Hey, call yourself Joe IYE or Joe Fatu. What you gonna call yourself? Why you getting all that goddamn money? there's no Samoan in the history that would turn that contract down. His daddy would rise from beyond and kick him in his ass if he turned that money down.
And Tony Khan's got enough money that I don't know. That'd be interesting. We'll have to see how it goes. I mean, can't really.
I mean, they're gonna go however Roman wanted to go. However Joe would want that shit to go, it's gonna go for the 5 years. He's gonna be able to book himself. Think about that. This guy's gonna give you $100 million. He's gonna let you pick your dates, and you're gonna book yourself.
Turn him into the new Brock Lesnar of AEW. Goes up like once every couple of years.
No, I think it would be Hulk Hogan in the NWO. He would want to show that they shouldn't have cut me. You get what I'm saying? So he would come on the show just to do the promos and the this and the that, and we'll get a match every so often at a pay-per-view.
John Cena tour.
I call it the Hogan NWO tour because that really what it is. You know, that's the blueprint. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah, bring the popular guy from the one place in to just light it up.
And in this case, you're bringing in Roman Reigns, Zilla Fatu. Like I said, just put him with the Gates of Agony. That's your 4 horsemen, and run the NWO style, and just had them beat the shit out of it. The first time, Zilla Fatu and the Gates of Agony lay out Bobby Lashley and all them motherfuckers is interesting again. You like, oh shit, I want to see this. It's an instant box office.
Bring back the Shield and call them the Guardians, and have right hand man Samoa Joe. Zilla Fatu.
Okay. Samoa Joe fits. John Moxley does not. See, when you bring in Roman Reigns and Zilla Fatu, you're finding a way to get John Moxley off TV for a little while.
Okay, I'm cool if we get John Moxley off TV then. I don't care.
Yeah, you taking the whole clique off TV for a while because you're gonna bring them back later to do jobs.
Okay, that works.
Yeah. See, you building this whole program. I like the idea of adding Samoa Joe because they got MJF. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now you building that whole Freebird versus Von Erichs, NWO versus WCW. You got your, your dominant faction. Who gonna win? Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Syndicate or the New Samoans? And the New Samoans are ran by Roman Reigns and Zilla Fatu. Oh shit, I want to see that. They got Samoa Joe and the Gates of Agony. Shit, the Gates of Agony and Samoa Joe sound good by themselves.
On a little bit of a side note, you said something that kind of made me think of something. The Von Erich young Von Erichs boys that are just into wrestling now?
Yeah, they wrestle for AEW, don't they?
Yeah, I would really like to see them and FTR have a program against each other. I think they have some good fucking matches because FTR is a solid tag team.
Can we get that one kid to put some fucking shoes on?
Yeah, you got to wear fucking
It stood out back in the 80s, but I wouldn't want to do. The first thing I would want to do is break your fucking toes, man. This is I want to stomp your feet.
Yeah, I'm not. No.
Every time you got an advantage on me, I would just stump your fucking toes. You would go back to that thing, your toes would be blue.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. No, somebody needs to wear at least wear tennis shoes, flip flops. Like even Matt Riddle, it drove me nuts seeing him out.
But hey, I'm so glad that Higa Stone is a bad name, man. Matt Riddle's a dust mite, crackhead. I ain't gonna claim that as no stoner, man. He do all the drugs, so. Yeah, I was so glad he was off TV. And he burned his bridge like Alberto. He might never get another. They don't even want him in AEW.
I don't know. I still think part of that Alberto Del Rio shit was staged.
Well, it's so staged that he out of the business. Goddamn. So there you go. Unless he go to CMLL. Okay, there you go.
End up in AEW.
Hey, if I were booking Matt Riddle, I would have him as the modern day Tarzan. I would give him a manager. and I would never let him speak ever. He would never say anything.
Sticking with Jungle Boy, yeah, Jungle Jack off.
No. But see, Matt Riddle actually looks like Tarzan. Not trying to be funny. He has an adult body with muscles.
Have the matches against each other. Who's gonna be fucking
Now, see, if you told me Jungle Boy was his little brother, and you got these two motherfuckers, oh, okay, yeah, I can see that being. There you go. And you let Anna Jay be their manager, you might have something.
Tag team.
Oh, Jay, God damn it! Now watch something that Jack Perry's then.
Yep.
I'd watch it for Anna Jay. Fine ass.
Yeah, I mean, no. Okay, look, man. All right, motherfucker. I create stories and shit. I create characters, and I can book wrestling. I could have booked wrestling at 16 in 96, at 15 in 96. I could have fucking booked wrestling. It's not hard. Why Tony Khan don't get the fucking concept? I don't understand.
Speaking of WWE.
No, man, I'm saying you're in the greatest era of wrestling there really has ever been as far as finances.
Since the golden.
And you can't book yourself a full house with that roster. The first thing you were supposed to do when you got Okada and you got Takeshita was take your Asian contingent and have an invasion. Just have your Asian contingent come over and kick the shit out of your Americans.
Yep.
And then you were supposed to put Kenny Omega with your Asian contingent. Where did he get famous? In New fucking Japan. This shit is not hard. He's just slow.
And had the young
I'm sorry.
on your more American side.
No, them two, they your foreign heels again. Where did they get famous? New Japan, the Bullet Club. All those guys are your foreign heels. They just don't have they call those sympathizers.
Yeah, I call them something else.
Now I'm saying when you got an American with a foreigner, they call the American a sympathizer. So Kenny Omega is not even an American; he's a Canadian.
Okay.
The Young Bucks, that's your American sympathizers because they got rich over there.
They're even below scum of the earth. That makes sense because the Young Cucks are below scum of the earth.
And then look, you bring in Anderson and Gallows. Why you bring them in? Cause we got all the power. They was out. You have an invasion. You got Jay White, Juice Robinson, all them motherfuckers from the Bullet Club. You ain't using them. Gay Kid, Bullet Club. Just fucking do it right.
John can't. He's too busy in the back room.
I'm just saying, just one night, right? Just one night, just start your whole shit over without anybody knowing. Just, and then look, if you want Hangman Adam Page as your world champion, that's your reset because
why?
He was with the Bullet Club. So now you just gotta come out. You got the match going on. Boom, boom, boom. Your foreign contingent, all your Asian stars, Kenny Omega, the Young Buck, they just come out and just beat the shit out of everybody. Hangman win the belt.
Hangman Adam Page is as entertaining as a dirty dish rag. I don't.
Okay. I can make you think done correctly that he is Barry Windham.
He's who?
Barry Windham.
No, I'd say Magnum TA. Have him pull a Magnum TA gimmick. I'd buy that. He looks like Magnum TA.
No, he looks like a old school wrestler who would beat your ass, Barry Windham. He does athletic shit for a big man 6'6", who don't supposed to be able to flip over the top rope like that, Barry Windham. He just has the Magnum PI mustache and is fucking you up. But whether you call him Magnum TA or Barry Windham, he should be treated like an old school wrestler. His look says old school. That's why you put him in there. You make him a fucking heel. You give him the belt, and you give him all those motherfucking obstacles.
Put him in a hair. Have him cut his hair.
No, don't fucking cut his hair. Leave the gimmick alone. Just buy the Bullet Club. Put Okada in it. Put Takeshi in it. Get rid of Don Callis. Put Gay Kid back in it. Put Jay White and Juice Robinson back in it. Put fucking
That's like
Kenny Omega and the Bucks back in it.
going back to New Japan.
No, he can do nothing else, so he might as well.
That's true.
And he got all the pieces there. It would work better if you had Finn Balor or AJ Styles. Now they breathing, but he got Kenny Omega. He got the third guy, so you got the Young Bucks. It just makes sense. Just bring in somebody who kind of put the group together. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of sneak that shit together without people even knowing.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, like I said, you got Hurt being in Burst Bullet Club. I pay to watch that.
I would. But you know, fucking Hurt business Syndicate's going to win.
But see, when you start doing it like that, you get to put Powerhouse Hobbs in the Hurt Syndicate because you got to get them some more top-notch players. You get what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, Powerhouse Hobbs and Bobby Lashley would be the most dominant tag team in AEW.
Why the fuck? Okay, so I give you the black Brock Lesnar, and the first thing you want to do is put him in a tag team. Why not put Powerhouse Hobbs with Shelton Benjamin, who's a tag team specialist, who can teach him how to be in a tag team? Bobby Lashley should be the man that grabs Jon Moxley by his neck, busts him open, take that title out the briefcase, hold it up, stand on top of Jon Moxley's neck, and crown himself the baddest man on the planet.
I could work with that. That would work.
Then you take Swerve Strickland, put the Ring of Honor World title on him, put him in the Hurt business. Then you take the Gates of Agony, put them in, because they had a little thing with Swerve. Give them the tag team titles from Ring of Honor. Then you take Powerhouse Hard, make him the new king of TV. And then all of a sudden, you can do this little thing where you can start pulling the group apart. Bobby Lashley can start cutting promos. I'm the baddest motherfucking world champion in this company. I don't give a fuck who you will, bar none. Swerve standing out with the world title, so maybe he get offended. Like, hold up, motherfucker. So shit is all kind of shit you can do if you creative. I mean, I don't know. They say Tony like to, play with foreign substance. Maybe he should stop that.
I'm not sure where I stand on Swerve yet.
I mean, he was their first ever black world champion. So where you stand on him and where they stand on him in two different things. Plus, I think he deserves a push more than Adam Cole. What's that kid name to do the little thing? Garcia. I think if Dustin Rhodes has a title, Swerve should have a title. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. I'll shoot that shit down to people. No, AEW got so many titles that Swerve and Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs should keep championships.
See, I just don't know where I am with Swerve because AEW, he's a heel one week, he's a face the next week. Like, am I supposed to hate the guy? Am I supposed to like the guy? But every week
they say that there is no more heels and faces in wrestling, but I think they trying to be reactionary, and it ain't working for them. They trying to do stories where the characters just get to be a little free and react to what's going on, and that shit don't work if you don't have somebody there who know what the boundaries are. Tony Khan, I hate using these names because when you check back in history, they be done some horrible shit. So I make this disclaimer. I am talking about creatively owned. Tony Khan needs to find his Pat Patterson creatively. He needs to find his Dusty Rhodes creatively. He needs his J.J. Dillon. When you find your Dusty Rhodes, somebody with the wild ideas, you need your J.J. Dillon to keep the shit in the box. But he don't need to do this. He done did this for 7 years now, guys? Is it 7 years?
Why isn't Nigel McGuinness booking something? Nigel, I think has good booking skills.
What did Nigel McGuinness book to make you think that?
What's that?
What has Nigel McGuinness booked to make you feel that way?
He was booking in Ring of Honor for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Delirious was also booking in Ring of Honor for years,
Yep.
and he maybe it should be a. They say a committee never works. Maybe a committee will work there. Maybe a committee will work there because one guy can handle a section of rappers. I mean wrestlers. Another guy can handle a section, and so on and so on. Because it is kind of like WCW back in the 90s. You have Lucha Libre and you got regular wrestling, and you need somebody who can kind of control it all.
Well, I know Tony Khan's got Jerry Lynn, so I'm sure that's where a lot of your high flying, nimbly bimbly, bouncing from turnbuckle,
Yeah, all that shit I hate. All that shit I hate.
because that's all Jerry Lynn like. And
Yeah,
so
all that shit I hate.
Jerry Lynn backstage sitting right next to Tony Khan. I mean,
See,
shit, just a few weeks ago.
that if I can get Tony Khan's father to give me a bunch of money to do this booking shit, that's the first thing I do. I go in and everybody sitting next to Tony Khan, I fire him. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, no, the checkbook is closed, ladies and gentlemen. The checkbook is closed.
It looks like he's starting to clean house. There's been quite a few rounds of let goes there at TNA or
Hey,
AEW.
I couldn't think of his name on the other show. What's the guy name that killed Sabu?
Oh, Joey Janela.
Oh, it was Joey Janela. I didn't want to say Janela if it wasn't Joey Janela. Okay. Um,
Supposedly,
there will be a show posted with this show, and I forgot. I told you was insignificant. The only thing you would ever amount to was the guy that killed Sabu. Joey Janela, I stand on that. I just wanted to know what your name was. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Okay. Yeah, what were y'all saying?
fuck Joey.
Joey Jackoff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, B, did you get you some papers, man? Brad, you got you some. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't going any longer out on the beach. Yeah.
Oh man, that's some funny shit. Look, okay. So on to Money in the Bank. Becky Lynch won a championship. Um, R-Truth came back.
Called it.
Half right.
Naomi, to my delight and happiness and satisfaction, Naomi. I referenced this on another show. I got to reference it on this one. Some people may see this or not the other. Okay. Naomi had this heel run in TNA that was awesome. And I knew when she came back to the WWE that if they let her turn heel. But what I didn't know was that she was ready. She ready, man. I think they're about to put together, as we had previously said, a female version of the Bloodline. And I like the fact that Naomi gonna have the belt.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Female version of the bloodline, huh?
You already got Nia Jax and Naomi. The Tonga twins contract will expire with Wild Women of Wrestling, or it already has expired. So you can kick the storyline off and have the group form, or you can just bring back Tamina, and boom, you got three. That's enough. And you got Ava down there in NXT. So yeah, they prime for it.
They got to do something with her because if her is the general manager.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Hey,
Yeah,
when daddy's on the board, you get a job. That's the rule.
yeah, getting a job. That's you getting a job.
Okay, so Seth Rollins and his band of Misfits got the briefcase, but did you see what led up to him getting the briefcase? Who want to take that? I'll leave you that. Brad, go ahead. You raised your hand.
Hey, you. Jacob Fatu, I love you. I'm glad you turned on Solo. I'm glad you booked his ass. I'm glad you put him through the ladder.
Oh, man. Okay. Again, you want to chime in, James, before I carve this shit up?
Look, the only thing I thought was odd, they just kind of, it was odd, like an awkward timing. I think he should have just snapped, boom. Fucking as soon as he started to climb that ladder, he should have snatched him and just, instead of dragging it out for dramatic, getting the facial,
Okay.
really
All right, so everybody's seen it kind of differently than me. Again, I guess it's the storyteller in me, right? You let him climb the ladder. You let him get the briefcase. You get what I'm saying? You hand him the world title. And then when he's about to pin John Cena or fucking his brother, you take it away from him then because you took something from him. All you did then was keep him from climbing. You didn't take nothing. Take something. Have a fucking real rivalry on something. I had the briefcase. I was gonna be champion. You stopped me. I'm gonna kill you. You fucking son of a bitch. No, not. I was gonna climb the ladder and get the briefcase. No. I had the fucking briefcase. I was gonna be champion. It's a better story.
You took
But,
my.
I brought you in and you took my championship opportunity. I helped you get your championship. You get what I'm saying?
You took mine. Yeah. Okay.
You took me. See, they were going in the right direction. I'm like, oh, this story finna get lit. And then he grabbed his leg. I was like, oh, they goofed.
Yeah, that's possible.
So something went on the internet. I hate to cover fake news, but it might be true. They say Paul Triple H Levesque might be out of a job in 18 months. They say they tired of paying that $15 million to Roman Reigns. Is TKO dumb enough to hand Tony Khan, Paul Levesque, and Roman Reigns?
Okay, hold on a second.
Wow.
Or Paul Levesque run a company for Vince.
When you talking about 14 and I? Or 14 and 1 or whatever it's called?
Whatever that pedophile fucking name sounds like, yeah.
I didn't think about that till you fucking said that. Goddamn. No. I would rather just buy TNA or run the AEW because here's the thing. Tony's going to interview you and you can convince Tony, hey, look, sit next to me for 5 years. I'll teach you how to do this shit the way you're supposed to do it. I'll teach you what you don't know and I'll show you how to get these major TV deals.
You think
and
the
he can really help Tony Khan become a major power if Tony Khan just cool sitting on the sideline with his homie like, yeah, I wanted to kind of go this way, and then Paul said, well, if you wanted to go this way, this is how you get there. You get what I'm saying?
What if Paul Levesque knew this was coming and that's why he started doing all these shows over in Saudi, was to kind of show Mr. Khan, Shad Khan, like, hey, we can make this lucrative over here for you.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, it make no sense for TKO to make those moves, but it makes all the sense in the world for Tony Khan to capitalize on. You know what I mean?
Triple H is booking gold right now. I mean, whatever he's doing is fucking making stupid amounts of money. If TKO isn't doing ticket sales, it's because they're selling seats for $40,000 a fucking seat.
And they still making money, hand over fist.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't see Paul Levesque going to AEW, but if TKO fucking screws him enough, hey, see you later. I'll walk on over there.
Tony will pay me.
Yeah, Tony's going to pay me $20 million.
And he going to give me creative control. He going to give me the freedom to book this shit.
Old is going to, pay my contract because Vince has got over $3 billion in cash, liquid.
Yeah, Vince got some money, but he ain't got no Tony Khan money.
And he got that startup company going, but he got a lot of the people that WWE let go. He picked up, that followed him wherever he went. Now it doesn't look so good for Vince now that Laurinaitis, old Johnny Ace, is ready to flip and turn on him.
Yeah, but that's because he knows he's fucked.
Well, I kind of got to say it again. I'm gonna say it differently on this podcast. Vince is not in the Diddy situation where he's fighting for his life and his money. He's
No.
in the privileged situation where he's just fighting for a little bit of money. Just give the lady her other $2 million, maybe. Just going to give her 5 or 6 now for the aggravation, and she'll leave you the fuck alone. And the feds aren't going to bother you because you're Vince McMahon. So,
Yeah, and all of this is going to be allegations.
Oh, no, he did it. He has more dildos than Puffy has fucking baby oil. Yeah, facts. He did it. He took he had some feces and put it on that lady's head through the place where feces come out. He did all that shit. He shared her with his friend. She said it. If she can say it, we can say it. Fuck, she's a whore.
He shitted on her.
He pooed.
He pooped on his whore.
He pooed.
On his whore. He pooped on his whore, though.
Like,
Think about this, though. He goes in and supposedly rapes her, and then comes back the next day and gives her like $40,000 or $50,000 worth of Chanel gift cards and shit. Oh, it's all okay now. Yeah, because your pussy had a price on it in the beginning.
Just a hired fucking piece of ass.
And she knew that though when they gave her the job and all that shit.
Yeah,
She's like, I'm here for the old man. Everybody knew she was there for the old man.
Yeah, she was there first time. Oh.
Now Johnny Ace like, I'll give you what you need.
Woman.
What the fuck? You was there too. What the fuck? You gonna flip on your homie? Yeah, he gonna flip on his homie.
Oh yeah, he's gonna make sure he comes out not smelling like shit on like the top of her dome.
Hey, no. Did y'all see John Cena is on his last run and the Bella is back?
I saw that.
how convenient.
It was Johnny Ace's daughter-in-law too, or stepdaughter.
Yeah, that's his stepdaughter. Shit just got awkward in the locker room, didn't it?
Like, I tell you what, there's got to be crickets when she walks in. Like, oh, your stepdad's him.
Yeah, John.
Oh, are you part of that gang?
Oh, no, she ain't know nothing about it.
No, there's no way she knew anything about it.
Yeah, she ain't know nothing about it.
Not because she'd have put a...
So Seth Rollins is going to be world champion? Y'all cool with that?
I'm okay with it.
Interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, because I'm interested to see, because you got Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, you got Paul Heyman as the voice, for those that don't have necessarily the greatest mic skills, but Braun's got good mic skills. Bronson Reed's got good mic skills.
I can't wait for Braun to start doing some Steiner math for us, though.
Nah, I love that he sounds just like Scott Steiner, but he's got like the wrestling ability of Randy Orton and Bill Goldberg combined.
Okay.
I mean, he's got speed, power, and technical skill. That's just
definitely got speed hitting them ropes.
No shit.
Man, he's. I really enjoy Braun Breaker. He is the next John Cena, I think, or the next guy like John Cena was the guy.
Would y'all like to cover Liv Morgan's stalker going to jail? Y'all good on that?
I mean, I can't blame the guy.
How about the softcore porn in the women's match? That was pretty awesome.
Okay. Go ahead with your softcore porn. What happened?
Stephanie McCarron gave Rhea Ripley the what does she call it? The kiss of death, the kiss of the devil, or whatever.
Yeah. The kiss of death. They also did that. Stephanie McCarron was on Worlds Collide, ladies and gentlemen. She was giving the kiss of death for the men who like that to everybody. I served, did not like that. Did not like it when Rhea Ripley did it. I know why you like it. I'm not saying that part. I get what's going on. I don't show up to a wrestling show wanting softcore porn. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So wrestling show seeing lip exchange, but different sets. I mean, that's
All right. That sounds like a great way to end this session, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week. It has been an amazing session. Sorry we were gone so long. But yeah, we back. Bye. Y'all want to sign out? Do that thing you do, Brad.
Burn them if you got them. Peace.
Yeah.